What's up, everybody, and welcome to Narco Cop MMA. This is the Dana White's Contender Series, week number 3 breakdown. I'm your host, Mike, along with my co-host, Brandon. Brandon, 3 weeks in, man. Here we are, week number 3. We have Bellamir in the main event versus, let's just say, a opponent in Alex Apodaca.
Hey, come on.
Late replacement. Huh?
I said, hey, come on. She followed me on Instagram once, you know. She's a
Oh
friend of the
boy,
show.
here we go with the followers on Instagram. But yeah, it. Oh my God, my computer is going to shit, I think. Or is it my internet yet again?
Uh-oh.
Am
We
I
got a
going in and
breakdown.
out?
No, I hear you.
Okay. All right. Yeah. How do you feel about this card in general? Yeah, give me your thoughts.
For me, looking at this card, I see a lot of mismatches on this one. And I'm interested to see what you are going to say, because we did talk a little bit about this and you see some value in some underdogs. But for me, this is like the UFC knows who they want to get in. And I think this is going to be a fairly easy card, in my opinion.
All right. Let me go over to chat really quick. Shout them out. They have been giving us a lot of support the first 2 weeks, so I do appreciate them. I'm sure Brandon appreciates them. We've been getting tips. We've been getting all types of nice things from everybody. So,
guys, I'm going on vacation, so support your boy.
and we've been actually giving them some good breakdowns. We've given them some good underdogs so far through 2 weeks, and yeah, let's move on here. Mushroom, what's up, Narco and Brandon? Let's cash MMA tickets on a Tuesday. What you want to say?
Good call on Muhammad Ali last week. I mean, we had talked about it and kind of the danger last week. I think, one guy in the comments last week, I remember he was like, I watched the whole show and not a single pick. There you go. Yeah. That's why, because we understand the risks.
All week, I was saying, man, this card is very dangerous with money lines. Be very careful with money lines. Do this. And luckily, I ended up winning a little bit, but all I did is play props. A lot of overs. I had 3 overs. 2 of them hit. I had that parlay with, under 1.5 on the Ali fight, which was very smart of me to play the under 1.5 instead of playing Ali in a parlay. I'm like, there's a lot of risk for this guy to get knocked out in this fight. Why am I going to play? Obviously, he can definitely finish, especially if he gets the fight to the ground. But we saw again, man, he said all this stuff on his interview and did completely opposite. And he paid for it. For it. So.
Yeah, he looked horrible. Hey, I do got to say, I am so happy that you came on and you're not bicep mogging me this week. I was a little insecure after the last show.
I cannot do it. I cannot do it this week. But I have to say, I would have bicep mogged you again had you not switched your pick. And you did switch your pick smartly on that one fight.
Yeah.
I think it was the
Alvarez. He's very talented. Very talented.
He looked good. Yeah. Steve Harvey says the Mario Piazzon title run starts tomorrow. Jack, bookies peeing their pants just from the thumbnail. That thumbnail is classic.
You never doubt a man with a perm and a mullet. Come on.
Exactly. Dixon says, if Narco and Olivas from the thumbnail had a band together, what would they be called? I want to read some of y'all's thoughts. He said we would be called the Discount Hitman.
I need something very like 80s rock feel.
Yeah, but why are we discount? Why
yeah. I'm a good hitman.
Yeah.
I'm a trained hitman.
What is this? DA07 says Narco Reeves and X-rated Austin Powers here to break down the fights. Let's go. Adam says, can we get an AI picture of you driving a motorcycle with a sidecar and Brandon in it? Hopefully you can find a pic where they wear those like leather helmets while driving the motorcycle. I think we had one like that before, didn't we? I'm pretty sure UFC 205 made one like that a while back.
Yeah, but that was the alien one. I wasn't that the ET one. I was in the little sidecar.
He's made so many of them. He's hilarious. I do want to tell him, like, make me the guy, don't always make Brandon the guy, like, on the side and shit. Make me that guy sometimes.
Yeah, I want to be a main character, man.
Yeah, it's like Brandon's always the second character here. Well, what's going on? Dancing Gage for sure belongs at McDonald's. Oh my God, that Gage Young fight gave me AIDS. TYG says, let's go, Narco. These contender fights have been hella fun so far. Let's get that moolah. Appreciate you, my man. William Tyner, mirrors unfortunately off the table for Brandon, not Brazilian. Never dated.
Oh, no. Let me clear this, Dance. It's only whites
right,
from now on. Only whites from now on.
There you go. You guys heard it here first. Only whites now on. I don't believe him, but okay. Let's say okay. Solomon says, let's effing go. Chofer Gabriel says, I should be working, but this is much more important.
Honestly, quit your job, man.
Scottsdale, Arizona treadmill team has arrived. They're in the house. Stones, what's up? Let's go, fellas. Love the thumbnail. Appreciate you guys for bringing us your time and knowledge. Anyone out there not in the Discord, we're printing weekly over there. Exactly. All the stuff that's scrolling down below is exactly what's been going on in Discord this year. So, road to the UFC predictions. I don't know. I haven't taped any of that shit yet. Kai Brunk says, can hear you both. Danny, my guy, y'all been killing it. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you, Brandon and Mike, says Ted. UFC 205 in the house. If you want to make money, you're listening to the right guys. I appreciate
that's a conflict of interest right there.
There a little bit. Before I speak, let me tell you all something. Carlos Petruzzella is a dog. Thank you, my man. Oh, Brandon first dono for the day, $9.99. Shout out to the boys. Amazing bets, solid picks as always. We appreciate you. CG Bet Review. Thank you very much. Fireside says Fazil sold hard, had Brito out there, but at least it's KO. That KO is fucking crazy, bro.
No, there's some KOs. I think I talked about this before that are like beautiful, gorgeous KOs. That one actually hurt my heart a little bit. That was too intense.
Do you think that's gonna change Fazil's chin going forward?
Yeah, I mean, because you got to look at his style. It's a marauding style. He takes a lot of shots coming in. Like if you don't have that, listen, I got knocked out for the first time. Like after my career was over, I've never sparred the same since. And to do
Brandon,
that on,
don't talk about your career. The trolls are gonna get me.
Oh, hey, he said and I'm talking horrible about myself.
Hey, listen,
it just changes the way you fight.
About himself. He talked bad about himself. Now you guys gonna shit on him for this too?
They can't respect the honesty no matter which way it goes.
5 minutes in and still no mention of the GOAT Trent Miller. Oh, man.
I was waiting for a Bochniak reference, honestly.
But, Brandon, what did I say, honestly, about that guy last week? I said this guy has the worst fucking cardio I've ever seen.
You could tell he hit a big-time adrenaline dump. I was looking for live bets as soon as the nut shot went. I was like, oh, he's toast.
I wasn't watching it live. I wish I had because I know that guy is a gas job, man. He's a big-time gas job, and
he hurt Trent. He was beating his ass, and then he just adrenaline dumped, got hit in the nuts, and then they paused the fight. And you can see him. He stops throwing punches. It's bad. Downhill.
Mario Piazzon fraud check. We're going to talk about that. Cash to plus 400 last card. Plenty of earning potential. Spots to take advantage of. We need a picture of you tackling Brandon. Yeah, we might.
Almost can do weird stuff to it. Yeah, right.
Jay Bones says, W the picks give out. I just might. Thank you for the breakdown, says Trouble. Olivas, what's your lock for this weekend, says Any Discipline.
That I'm going to have so much fun this weekend. That's my lock.
There you go. There you go. Man, there's quite a bit of people here in chat. Ryan Glunt says, maybe it's just my impaired hearing ass, but your mic volume seems lower than usual, Narco. But like
what I tell you.
Wait, hold on. Let me see this shit. What is going on? Audio. I mean, default should be good. I don't see anything that should make it. How about now?
Oh, you're too loud. I don't like Middle Eastern men shouting at me. This makes me uncomfortable.
All right, how about now?
No, it's perfect. I was just messing with you. We're good.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. All right.
We don't make this show for old people anyways. You can't hear it. That's on you.
Yeah. Because I'm very young, guys. I'm like still in my 20s. Smash the like. Says half the battle. Dan Levy. What's up, my man? Thank you for joining. Okay. Let's start out here. First fight of the night. It is in the middleweight division. It is the 15-1 Carlos Petruzzelli versus the 7-1 Nick Galante. Galante's minus 250. Petruzzelli is plus 207 right now. Brandon, kick us off here. First fight. It is Nick Galante versus Carlos Petruzzelli.
Well, I think this is a mismatch. I tried to get through a lot of tape on, like I tried to get through tape, and I watched the last few fights, and I just couldn't. I don't know. There's a big discrepancy to me here in skill, in opponents, in aggressiveness, in just actual technique. One thing I want to talk about Nick Galanti is I think he is a phenomenal grappler. I really think he's a very, very good wrestler, and he chains attacks really well. If you know me for a long time, you know where I'm going with this one. The way he just dominated Ty Guarter. Like Guarter did not have a chance, not a prayer. No, I'm just kidding. He did have a couple moments when Galanti started to get tired, but just the way that Petruzella stands, the way that he throws his shots, I can't really imagine that he's prepared to defend takedowns like Galanti's going to give him. I think on the feet, honestly, Galanti's a little bit sharper. He's big, he hits hard, but I love the way that he cuts corners when he's wrestling, and I think his top control is excellent. Really good submission guy. I like Galanti a lot in this spot. I think he's the guy they're trying to push and get to the UFC. So I like Galanti by submission here.
Yeah. I can't disagree more than almost everything you said on this fight.
Really?
Honestly,
Okay.
Yes. Listen, I'm a guy that has bet against Carlos Piazzon in his only loss at dog money on Santos there. I took Santos there at plus 120 for a unit and a half. I went back and looked because I didn't really think, is my thing still freezing or?
No, you're good.
Okay. And yeah, this guy Petruzzelli is, listen, he's got a lot of flaws. He's super hittable. You know, I don't think he has the best chin. Like, I mean, he got dropped twice in that fight before he got knocked out cold. The level of opposition has been really, really bad for Petruzzelli. You know, I mean, a lot of his fights are in Samurai Fight House. And what happened is Samurai Fight House pulls the fights. Damn, I am freezing. This sucks.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't get through a lot of film, is because all the YouTube videos are down. I kept mixing up him and the guy fighting Humphreys.
And let me do some things here. This is brutal.
What's going on?
Am I not like, everything seems like it's very slow.
You're good. I hear you. That's fine. I just hear you perfect.
Okay. So anyways, I had to actually, in order to watch Petruzzelli's tape, I had to go to his IG. And I was in his IG, and I watched a lot of his fights there. They're actually full fights on his IG. It's the only way to watch them. So I just gave everybody a clue on how to watch Petruzzelli fights. They're all on his IG. You're gonna have to look for them, right? He's very aggressive on the feet. I do think he has power. He has something he loves to do where he throws a head kick, and once his lead leg or whatever leg that he's kicking with is on the ground, he'll step in with his other knee right to the head, and he's landed it quite a bit in his fights. He loves that move. I think he has pretty good power in his hands. I don't think his striking is the best. He's got a decent jab. But I do think he has power. The other thing with Petruzzelli is, like, I had to really scour his IG to figure it out. He's been a black belt for a while here. And he trained with some really, if you go and look, with some really good Brazilian guys. That's where he's mainly got his black belt from. He's a black belt on the mat. He seems to have a lot of submissions. He is with Mineiro, that team Mineiro, which is a really good camp actually in Brazil.
That's a good camp. But one thing I'm going to say, just I disagree just with the levels and the black belts. I would say isn't Galanti with Dante Rivera, that whole team. I think first of all, East Coast wrestling is so much better than most places in the country. And I think you find a lot of really good wrestlers coming out of CFFC. And then second, just being with Dante Rivera, honestly, I would probably take a Dante Rivera purple belt over a average Brazilian black belt. One in MMA because of the styles, right? In Brazilian jiu-jitsu, Brazilian, it's a lot of back oriented, a lot of guard submissions and stuff. Whereas this Galanti is going to be fighting for top position, lots of ground and pound, I think a little more MMA oriented. So just in the grappling, I still would lean a lot towards Galanti in this one.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying he's the better grappler. That's not where I'm getting at. I'm just trying to let people know that he is a black belt. You know, whether
he's got some rank.
Yeah, whether it's legit or not, I don't know. But he's been, if you go back, he's been grappling forever. You know, this guy started grappling. A lot of competitions. You see him competing a shit ton. Still only 29. He's got the experience edge here. You know, but again, he's super hittable on the feet. I don't know much about his takedown defense. There's really not much tape about people trying to grapple him. You know, his takedown defense, I'm pretty sure it's probably not good, would be my guess. But he will attack submissions. He attacks a lot of submissions. You know, when he gets on top himself, he will attack, and he's lost position from what I've seen. But I think the same thing can be said about Galanti, man. I've seen him reversed way too many times for my liking, for a guy that's supposedly some like really, really good grappler. And honestly, I don't like his wrestling, man. His entries look like shit to me.
Oh,
I really don't. I don't like his wrestling at all. I think he has slow entries. I think he loses position. He doesn't maintain control on a lot of these guys, bro. They're all getting up against him. He's getting reversed a bunch. Like Guerder reversed him like 4 or 5 times, man. And Guerder's like,
who?
Ty Guerder. He's
Who?
literally only a striker, and he reversed him 3 or 4 times.
All I know is he got dominated in that fight. Galanti just put it on him.
And I will say is, I think they gave him a gift CFFC last time out against Austin Clayton. He lost that fight, and he was getting grappled to shit in that fight by Austin Clayton.
Austin Clayton's also an ASU wrestler, and he trained with us for a long
No, he's a good wrestler.
Good.
Don't get me wrong. He's a good wrestler, but man, a lot of these fights he's not looking good in, man. I mean, even the Monte fight, you know, he's getting touched up on the feet. He's having a hard time getting the fight to the mat. Brandon Holmes fight, same shit. He can't get the fight to the mat. He's getting pieced up on the feet. You know, Petruzella takedown defense is suspect. I'm not very sure how good or bad it is. But I will tell you, he's the more aggressive guy on the feet. I think he's the much harder hitter on the feet. I think he has more levels on the feet as far as striking, like his kicks, his knees. I just think he's a better overall striker than Galanti. And from what I've seen against Galanti, when he can't get to the fight to the ground,
it's rough. It's going to be,
he looks very uncomfortable on the feet, man. So,
and that's the thing. He's a grappler trying to move to MMA, so he's still a little uncomfortable on the feet. I think he's serviceable enough. He's not perfect. He's definitely not fluid. But I really just, the way I see this fight is Galanti is going to get him down, and it's just tons of top time and ground and pound. That's how I see.
And yes, that's could be the case here. And he could, I think that's the only way he's going to cover his price. But I also think, you know, if Petruzella is a black belt and he is competent on the ground, I don't see why he couldn't do what Ty Guerder was doing and reverse.
Who?
And I think and I think if he gets on top, you know, he has nasty ground and pound. I saw him do, you know, he loves being very aggressive on top. So yeah, man, experience edge, the better striker in my opinion, the more dangerous striker in my opinion.
Oh, like, say it. Are you going to do it? Are you going to go for it?
I don't know if I'm going to do it. That's the thing. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I do think Galanti should be the favorite here, and they are trying to push him, obviously. But, man, I can't pick him here at minus 250. You know what? I'm going with the dog here at plus 207. Wow. I think the dog is kind of live here. I'm still debating on betting this. But, yeah, man, I'm not impressed with Galanti. The problem is I'm not very impressed with Petruzella either. You know,
that's the thing. We talked about these B-sides here are not they're not your best guys.
Yeah, and the one step up he had, he got knocked out, and that's concerning, right? Like Jocelyn Santos, you know, put him out, right? Meanwhile, he's getting it done against these other guys that are lower level. He's finishing all of them. He's got all 15 wins are by finish. That could tell you that this guy is very, very aggressive, you know? So I don't really like what I've seen from Galanti. I thought Galanti was going to be easy here. And then after taping him, I'm like, dude, this guy stinks. He's
Oh,
going to
come on.
stink up the joint in the UFC if he gets there.
This
So,
is going to be Werder part 2. Just wait.
yeah. But yeah, let's move on. What do the people have to say here? Yeah, Petruzelli's a striker. Yeah, I mean, he's a striker, aggressive striker, actually. Galante's just too slow and plotting. I don't get this line. Breaking Bad says, Narco, am I cheating watching tape while listening, y'all? Is he cheating, Brandon?
I don't think that's cheating. I think that's just, you should be doing that.
All
Two
right, there you
screens.
go. Cheers, boys. Fireside says Petruzzelli's competent on the ground. Most of the wins are submissions. This fight makes it take place on the feet.
Well, if that's the case, Galanti's going to be in some
Petruzzelli's opponents are average. Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's terrible. Petruzzelli's manager is Samurai Fight House manager. Makes sense. Yeah, that's those Samurai Fight House guys. They get on. I mean, hey, listen, Vallejos was a Samurai Fight House guy. Not all of them stinks. And so was what's that chick's name?
Oh.
No, the chick.
Eileen Perez.
Eileen Perez. She was also from there. So
didn't she fight Vidal in that thing?
It was it?
Maybe.
It might have been.
That's where like they had the puzzle match.
You're right. It was Vidal. And she hit her with like a grounded knee or something. And stuff.
I thought it was a tit kick or something. Oh no, that was in the UFC.
Oh, look at what Michael says. That Clayton decision was egregious. It literally was, bro. Like even Galanti was like, "Oh shit, I won."
Hey,
and then what's his name's corner? Clayton's corner looked at the like, what just fucking happened? And he smiled like, "Okay, we get it."
CFFC.
Yeah. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, if I can say something, I'm so embarrassed. I see that word typed all the time, and I can never say it. Can you say it one more time?
Egregious.
Egregious. I can never sound it out in my head. This is so embarrassing to admit, but egregious. All
right, guys, go to town on him in the comments. All right, let's move on. Fight number 2. It is in the welterweight division. It is the 9-2 Alex Miranda versus the 4-0 Ronald Humphrey. Humphrey's minus 850. Miranda plus 586. I will kick this one off. And before I do, if you guys want to laugh and want to hear a very weird interview, go to the Carlo Petruzzo interview with Ronald Humphrey. It is hysterical. He talks about how, some crazy stuff. I don't even want to say him on YouTube in case they take down this but just go listen to this guy's interview. It's insane. But outside the interview, this guy's 25 years old. I believe his dad passed away, God rest his soul, but he was also a MMA fighter / jiu-jitsu
They will do
guy.
anything not to be in their kid's life, huh?
Yeah. But Ronald Humphrey, physical freak, athleticism off the charts, was a wrestler in high school. I don't know if he wrestled in college, but I mean, an absolute freak, very, very strong, fluid movement, honestly, on the feet, but a little bit low volume, tons of power in his hands. I mean, he's dangerous kind of everywhere. I believe he's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. He is from the NFC region, so I'm going to shout out my buddy Dan here, NFC star. I'm about to knock this dude dead in the 10th row. Yeah, I mean, he's so explosive, so strong. We know what the UFC is trying to do here. And I'm watching tape on Alexis Miranda, guys. And
I thought this was our first intergender match when I started looking at the tape.
There is no fucking reason this guy should be on this spot outside of them feeding him to Ronald Humphrey. I mean, I'm watching tape on this guy. He's going life and death with this Ricardo Chavez guy that's 29-27. Okay. He's been finished in 12 times, and he's literally going life and death with this guy. And by the way, Chris Ewert, that was former UFC guy, just finished this guy in 2 minutes, right? And this guy went life and death with him. And I'm watching tape on Miranda, and it's just ugly, bro. Like striking very slow, very plotty, hittable. I mean, I don't like anything I see from this dude. And he's, maybe this height and reach. And I don't even know if his height is real at 6'2". Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. But he fought this Anwar Aborto guy who's a striker, like a Muay Thai striker. And that dude took his back and almost submitted him in round 3. He had his back with a body triangle. I mean, there's nothing good about Miranda, man. I can't, there's no part of his game that's good. Maybe he's tough. He's never been finished, but he's fighting like the worst of the worst guys in Lux Fight League and UWC. And UWC is absolute trash. And then the other thing is you go back to his 2023 fight against this Irving Molina guy who's 3-7, and he's been finished in 6 of his 7 losses, and he wins by split decision in an ugly fight. I mean, this guy's gonna get murdered, dude. Like, this is just, I mean, this line, I'm being honest. It's too short.
Yeah.
850 is too short. This should be upwards of minus 2,000, 3,000. That's how crazy this fight is, because I really don't see a path for him. He doesn't even have power in his hands. That's the other like crazy part of this fight, is he literally has no power in his hands. So I have no idea how he's going to beat Murphy or Humphrey. Sorry.
I thought he looked like Eddie Murphy too from the picture. Okay, we're syncing up now. I got you.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Give us this great breakdown here.
No, I mean, there's not much to break down. This is the one that I just was like, all right, I'm not even going to watch tape on this anymore. There's no point, because you see a guy going life or death, with these fat guys and with these regional guys, like these horrible people. And I've been waiting on Ronald Humphrey to fight for a long time. I think I bet him in that fight against that tall kickboxing guy. And I'd never seen something like that in my life. Just the physical. He just said, I'm not going to do jiu-jitsu. I'm just going to get up. And he just beat that guy within an inch of his life. I mean, this is an egregious matchup, honestly. And I think this is going to be a televised execution, in all ways. Humphrey is very, very good. Even though he's not super technical and very green, he has everything that you need. Amazing switch kicks. They look like they hurt a lot. Crazy physicality, amazing ground and pound. The dude moves well. I mean, this guy's going to be, I think he's going to be a superstar, man. I think he really is going to be good as he develops his skills later into his career.
I'm curious how they bring him up, because I do think that he's still very green.
He needs a slow build. You're right. He can't go to the top guys right now because he's going to get outclassed.
I wouldn't even want him to go to the middle guys, honestly, right now, because it would probably give him a tough fight.
I thought about this earlier. Okay, maybe this. He is, I think, who a lot of people, including Abdul Malik, thought that he was. Like, this Humphrey guy is a freak athlete, just kind of everything that Malik, they kind of anticipated.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, like, the Dupree-Stewart fight, he looked a little sketchy early. Like, he got mounted early against Dupree-Stewart.
That's what I'm saying. And then he just decided, jiu-jitsu's not that real.
Get up. Yeah, I mean, he just kind of framed him and just like literally used his power to get up. But
he looked a little technical at the start of that sequence, and then he just flattened out and then just lifted him up. So I can't really understand what his technical ability is and his knowledge is yet, but I know that he's such an athlete, it will fill in the gaps for everything that he lacks.
Yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, physically, he's fucking very, very strong. Also, the other thing is this is a fight in which, like, UFC is just like, showcase us, please, something nice. Like,
yes,
we need you in the UFC, right?
They
like,
put a guy with two guy names versus a guy with 2 girl names. How do you think that's going to go?
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to go well. All right, let's move on. Next fight, it is in the welterweight division. It is the 11-3 Gary Balletto versus the 8-0 Sean Clancy Jr. Clancy Jr. minus 800, Balletto plus 561. Brandon, I think you're familiar with both of these guys. Yeah, what do you think of this fight?
Yeah, I don't have a ton on this one. Again, this is another fight. We're very familiar with Gary Balletto. One, he hasn't been fighting MMA in how many years? I think MMA is a completely different game than bare knuckle, than boxing. And even if you watch his boxing style, his hands are okay, but his footwork he's got the slowest feet on earth. His defense really isn't that good. He's good counter puncher, but he still is taking a lot of damage down the middle. Got dropped in his last fight. His last MMA fight was against a William Dunkel, who he was a guy that I used to follow just so I could bet against him every promotion that he went to. I mean, that's the kind of level of opposition. I see a very unathletic guy. He's going to be shorter. I assume his reach is going to be less. He just doesn't move well. He's not an athlete. We haven't seen his takedown defense in years. And then I look at Clancy, who moves his head on his entries. He's got fast hands, very, very good left hook. can grapple when he needs to. He's younger, he's faster, he's taller. I don't see how this is going to go well for Gary Balletto, and a man after my own heart, bare knuckle guy, but I don't see this one going well for him.
Yeah, I mean, I will say like Balletto is, it's not like this is Alexis Miranda, right? Like
Much better, but still not a great guy.
He's got decent hands, good power. I would say above average power. He does throw in combos, which is good. He hurts a lot of his opponents. I mean, Billy Ray Golf fight, yes, he got knocked out bad, but he dropped Billy Ray Golf early in that fight. I mean, he does carry, you can't get reckless in the pocket against this guy. That's one thing I will tell you, is because he does throw in combos and he throws hard. So you need to be very careful in the pocket with him, because if there's one thing he's good at, it's his boxing. It's his boxing in close, right? He's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. I don't really think he's going to be able to out-grapple Clancy, man. Clancy's a really good, to me, on this, outside of, obviously the other one is, Bellamir is going to be a good prospect for sure, because women's MMA and stuff. But I do think this is a better prospect than anybody on this card, because just the fluidity of this guy, man, changing stances, all levels of striking, legs, body, head, had a body shot KO, the scrambling, the jujitsu, just every part of this kid's game is really, really good, man. And he's still only 8-0. He doesn't have a ton of experience. The level of opposition, honestly, is not bad. There's a couple of guys in there, good wins. Italo Gomez is a decent win.
Italo's nice too. And the difference with Italo is he's kind of a more modern MMA style, where Balletto is very flat-footed and kind of counters from where he's standing. Italo was in and out movement, fast jabs, good hands. And Italo looks awesome. Just so cool.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew Augusto is not an easy out. He loves to grapple his opponents. He's a good grappler, and Sean Clancy basically out-grappled him in that fight, and he's just a really, really good prospect, in my opinion. Balletto, the speed, the athleticism, the footwork here, it's going to give him so much problems. I mean, in a perfect world for him, he would want Clancy to just stay in the pocket and just box with him and give him a chance, right? But I don't think that's what Clancy's going to do. Like, Clancy's too smart. He's very fast. Again, there is a world Balletto can hurt Clancy in the pocket, but yeah, I don't really see this fight going well for him. I think he's going to get finished. It could be anything, to be honest. It could be sub, it could be KO. Yeah, Clancy's just really, really good. He's deserving of the price, to be honest. Like, I try to find a way, like, maybe I can play Balletto with these big numbers, but I just don't see a path for him, man. Like, outside of just knocking out Clancy cold, which, we don't really
could, I guess, but
yeah, I mean, it could happen. I mean, Balletto has power, but Clancy's too good, man. He's really,
what
really
this
good.
fight reminds me of? This is like when Marcus McGee fought Gaston Bolanos, and a lot of people are like, no, the striking's going to be so competitive. This guy's so good. But you have a guy who's come up in MMA his whole life and learned MMA striking and feints. It's a very different range and distance, and I think Balletto doesn't have enough footwork to actually get close to Clancy.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, unless Clancy just like, okay, let's just trade in the pocket, like, it's not going to bode well for him. Salty says Balletto KO, book it. Usyk says if Balletto lands a punch, this fight could get bloody. UFC 205 says he's giving us some stats here. Look at this. It's pretty crazy. Are those the only times they've gone 5-0? Favorites? Chiwiwi says Clancy striking will be his downfall in the UFC. Humphrey has more potential. I think Chiwiwi, everything I say, he disagrees and he goes opposite. That's what it just seems like. Literally everything I say.
Hey, switch it next time and be like, hey, I think Humphrey got all the talent.
And then I'll trick him and he'll say the opposite. All right, got you. All right, let's move on here. Fourth fight of the night. It is in the heavyweight division. It is the 10-1 Mario Piazzon versus 7-2 Guillermo Uriel. Uriel is minus 205. Piazzon plus 177. I think this line's come in a bit. Yeah.
Why?
It's coming a little bit. And actually, this is another one. I was pretty sure we were going to disagree on this. And listen, Piazzon is not great. I do think he has some power in his hands. I do think he has a decent kicks. He actually has pretty good wrestling, honestly, from what I've seen when he has wrestled, right? He has entries were pretty good and fast for a big man. He was able to take down the Russian that he fought in Dana White's Contender Series a couple of times, 2, 3, 4 times. That guy's actually not bad. Go back and look at his record and who he's beat. He's actually not a bad fighter. And Piazzon was up 2-0 in that fight in Dana White's Contender Series versus a guy that I consider better than Uriel. He was up 2-0 in that fight. I know the narrative this week, and this is the thing that I want to tell people to pause back on. The narrative this week is that, this 15 and 30 guy or 40 guy knocked Piazzon out with a left hook. It looked very bad. Of course, it's a terrible loss against a terrible fighter, right? It's a terrible loss. But, Piazzon, you watch some of these fights and these guys landing on him. Solotkin landed a fucking insane knee while he was going for a takedown. And he continued to push the takedown and just got it. And me watching that and then that left hook knocking him out, I'm like, how is this guy the same? Like, how did he get knocked out with this left hook, but yet eat that knee? And honestly, it's hard to tell why or who or, But here's the most important aspect for me on this fight. Who do I think is better and more technical? It's Uriel. He's the better striker. He's probably the better wrestler even, maybe. Definitely better jiu-jitsu. He's a black belt. But dude, how can you ignore this guy's 3-minute gas tank? How can you ignore that in this fight? I've seen Piazzon at least go 5. That Dana White's Contender Series, he was wrestling his ass off for 2 rounds and was pushing a good pace. There is no way Uriel can last that long. 0 chance. This guy has the worst cardio I've ever seen out of anybody. He's got 3 minutes. And if he doesn't get it done in 3 minutes, he's toast. He's literally toast. And he gives up too, by the way. Once he gets tired, it's over. It's done. And I know he looked good early on against Hokit, and everybody's banking on him looking good against Hokit, defending takedowns, stuffing them. He even landed some good shots, actually, on Hokit, right? But about the 4-minute mark, everything went crashing downhill for him in that fight. And then the minute round 2 started, it was the easiest takedown on God's green earth, and he just gave up. He just literally shelled up and gave up. And he's like, I'm done. So, yes, from a skill perspective, Uriel is better, but he only has 3-4 minutes of gas. So I really don't know. I know Piazzon is not great. He got knocked out against the back guy, but he's got the much better gas tank. He might actually be the better wrestler. I don't know. I don't really know. He might actually be the better wrestler. And even on the feet, I mean, yes, he's a little sloppy, but he's throwing big shots, and it's heavyweight division. Can he knock out Uriel? Sure. Can Uriel knock him out? Sure. But I don't think Uriel with 3 minutes of fucking gas tank should be minus 205 against a living body. So, like, if he doesn't get it done early, if he doesn't get it done in the first 3 minutes, he's toast. I'm telling you, he's toast. Go watch the Camacho fight. He had Camacho hurt, badly hurt, this and that. And then the minute the tides start turning a little, he was tired. He was packing in his lunch. He was just getting beat up on the fence. So, yeah, I mean, I'd rather play the dog here, honestly. There's no way I'm playing Uriel here. 0 chance.
Yeah, but for me, on the other end, there's 0 chance I can play Piazzon. It wasn't even the knockout fight that was the worst fight to me. It was his most recent fight, this big fat guy, this old big fat guy it was giving him everything that he can handle. And you're talking about better cardio, but I'm watching in that fight, that big fat guy hanging on him, and he's just walking around the cage. His arms are heavy. It's hanging at his side, and that guy's starting to land punches. when I put on the tape, and maybe I need to go back and do a little deep dive on Uriel's cardio, because you had a great call the other week with the um, what's his name's fight, Trent Miller. But the way that I'm looking at this fight is Piazzon just kind of swings, and he's not hurting that guy and putting him out of there until the very, very end. Uriel's got great distance management. I mean, he's pretty light on his feet. He's got that really good straight left hand and with a lot of power. And I think he's going to hit Piazzon a lot. I think that Piazzon can't really get the distance. He's just swinging in close. And I think he's going to get countered quite a bit. He might have a good chin and maybe he can weather the storm. But I think also in a lot of those fights, those guys are a lot better than Piazzon is. I think that Uriel knows, hey, I'm already tired. It's going to get a lot worse from here. I don't know if a guy like Piazzon's going to push him to quit in the way that he needs to. I'm going to stick probably with Uriel here. I think he's going to knock out Piazzon. I think he's got good counters, good range management, and I like how he kind of leaps in and out. I think that's nice. Honestly, these two are kind of similar in their builds and their mannerisms. I think one guy is just a little bit more mobile than the other guy. And I don't know how much Piazzon's been training. Maybe his cardio was good back in the day, but he looked pretty tired to me in that recent fight. So I like Uriel here. I think he's a little more dynamic. I think he hits harder. Maybe he's not going to go too far in the UFC, but I like him at least on this fight.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, like this is the problem with this card is like I do think there's two live dogs. This is one of them, but he's not a good fighter. Like that's the issue. Like he's just not a good fighter. But listen, if I'm his corner, I'll be like, listen, fucking try to go clinch this guy. Do what you did in the first Dana White's Contender Series, and after 5 minutes, this guy's gonna.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Then after that, just, swing with him because he's not going to swing back because he's going to be so tired. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I do think Uriel is the more talented guy. I just think his cardio looks so suspect, man. It's terrible. But let's move on. Main event time. It is in the bantamweight division. It is the 3-1 Alex Apodaca. Why is it Apodaca?
Whoa. Somebody's trying to prank you. They're trying to mess with you.
Hold on a second. Is that really her name, Apodaca?
I don't think so.
What is going on here? They're messing. My thumbnail guy's messing with me now.
He just sprinkled this in just for you.
And there's no age on this chick. This guy's in trouble. But anyways, Bellemere 4-0 minus 2,500 plus 1156. Brandon, do you have much of a breakdown?
No, I'm super excited to watch Bellemere. Actually, I went into Mir's tape expecting a lot more wrestling, and I came away a little underwhelmed by the wrestling, but actually more impressed with her striking. She's got a nice little bounce, nice little jab, nice little rhythm. She hits hard, a lot harder down the middle. Apodaca's got just nothing, no firepower back for her. I mean, these little arm punches, noodle punches. I mean, she's crafty and she's going to beat a lot of girls who might get tired and try to grapple her. But I mean, look at this picture. Mir looks like she's going to mug me in an alley, and Apodaca looks like, I don't know. I think this is it's going to be the Kayla Harrison thing for a while. How does she finish the fight? Is it going to be submission or knockout? But Bellemere is very, very talented, national champion, just nasty wrestler. And her striking is really coming a long way. So I just wanted to say I'm impressed with her range management, her little snappy jab. I think she's very good.
Yeah, Apodaca, I want to say she's southpaw. She changes stances, but no power in her hands. Arm punching a lot. Very, very zero footwork, like very flat-footed. Chin in the air while she's striking a lot. Like she got dropped twice against the Polish chick. That's like 4-7 or something. She got dropped bad. She was doing the stinky leg one time against her. So, honestly, if I'm Bellemere, you want to look good, just strike with this chick and knock her out.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, she could smash her on the mat. Don't get me wrong.
Anytime she wants to. This is her fight to just decide.
That's the thing. Like, just try out your striking here because I do think she's way faster. Actually, her striking to me looks much improved in her last, like her
very good.
Looked very good to me. Like southpaw, nice in and out. She's using footwork. Maybe her head movement is not good yet, but that's hard when you're coming from wrestling and like trying to box now and strike. Head movement's kind of like the last thing you're trying to like do because you're just focusing on throwing strikes and throwing
Yes.
them good.
It's
And
kind
it's
of like
hard.
Humphreys. He's kind of the same way. He's so focused on his offense, he's forgetting his defense a bit.
Yeah, and it's hard, honestly. It really is. Defense is kind of, I guess you kind of could build it up, start moving your head and bobbing. And obviously, the first thing they train you actually in boxing is funny, is the rope, is the in and out under the ropes. So,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, it's funny. People don't use it though in the beginning. They just don't move their heads. And
People forget it's
um,
all the basics, the ladder drills, the rope drills. I mean, all that
yeah,
stuff is fundamental. Jump rope.
yeah, this is just a setup fight, man. This is a late replacement to, she's gonna get murdered, Apodaca or
At least
whatever.
she's gonna make 5,000 for it.
Yeah, I mean, is it 5 or 10? I thought it was 10.
At least it used to be 5-5. Maybe it's more now.
I think they've raised it up for them, but yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, there's not much to say here. Chiwiwi's asking how many contracts tomorrow.
He just wants a number from you so he can say something different.
Yeah, I mean, I will tell you, I think there's going to be a minimum of 4, because here's the thing: the Piazzon fight against Uriel is going to end in a finish. I'm almost certain. And then the other 3, Humphrey, Clancy, and Mir, I don't see them not getting a contract. It's only the first fight. Maybe we don't get a contract from that one because Galanti could stink up that fight with his garbage wrestling. But yeah, I mean, I think 4 would be my guess. You?
I was actually going to say 4 as well, but I think we're going to end up getting 5. They're pretty loosey-goosey with the contracts now, and they're signing so many people. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then they're bringing back people like Steven Kozlov, and how the fuck is that guy still on the roster?
You know what's funny, Mike? I watched his UFC debut. I was with Christian Rodriguez. We were watching that fight, and he fought Cameron
He looked
Simon.
good. He looked good.
He looked okay. He fought Cameron Simon
for short notice, right? It was short notice.
I'm sitting here with C-Rod, and he goes, I'm gonna fuck up Simon next, and then he fucked up Simon next. One more. Give me one more.
How did that?
It used to always happen on podcasts. Anytime you put a
Really?
thumbs up, the camera sees it.
What the hell? Thumbs up? Okay. Yeah, it's like he hasn't. The thing is, he lost that fight. He hasn't fought since 2022. And now he gets a fight 4 years later.
Oh, yeah. I was at his last fight. That's crazy.
What the fuck is going on? I thought he wasn't even in UFC. I thought he got cut, and I'm pretty sure I saw him getting cut, honestly. They might have.
And then we got Chad and Helliger. That's even crazier to me.
Yeah, and
he's like
50. Chad and Helliger off 2-year layoff, and he's fucking 85 years old, and he's fighting again. I mean, it's funny. But, yeah, I mean, 226 live viewers. Appreciate all of you. Comment, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be I think next week's card, I looked at it, it's going to be much better, much more competitive card.
Good.
And probably will have, I'm going to have bets on this card. It's probably going to be props, maybe a money line or two, depending on where these lines go. But yeah, Brandon, got anything else?
I think that's it. We're almost to the finish line. I'm almost out of here. I can't wait because it is, Mike, it is so hot where we live. Like, you get into the car, it's just an instant sauna.
Yeah, it's
and
pretty
now we're getting
bad,
dust storms and humidity.
Yesterday was a tear. Apparently, there was one in the airport yesterday. It was really, really bad. They shut down the airport. It was so
People
bad.
don't know about our haboobies. We got some haboobies here.
Yeah, and there's been, I think it's like the 4th hottest year ever in Arizona, like plus 110 and more.
I'm working outside, and I'm going out at 5 p.m. every day, and just I've been perpetually sweating for 5 months straight.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably gonna get a break soon here, but yeah, I appreciate everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you to my co-host Brandon. Good luck on your bets, and let's cash those tickets for Dana White's Contender Series week number